My name is Steve Gearhart. This is the Unagi Observer, and this is the very last episode of Where to Find Food, Where to Eat in Baltimore for Otakon 2016. And this will be the last Where to Eat in Baltimore episode ever. Yep, this is the last one, folks. So we're going to start off with a little note on parking. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to go into, let's see here, cosplay, fanboy funk. Then we're going to go into the proper where to find cheap eats video. And following the cheap eats video is going to be a listing of parking garages that I'm going to allude to here in just a moment. One final comment on the parking and traffic in downtown Baltimore for Otakon 2016. Because there's a lot of construction going on around downtown and quite frankly all over the city, driving is going to be very difficult. So if you can, I know a lot of you drive here, so if you can find a parking garage and just leave your car there, if that's possible, for 3 days, then do that, because it's just going to be easier than trying to drive around then coming back and finding a parking space. So if you are in a hotel, even if it's a couple extra bucks, I would spend it to have a place in the garage, hotel garage, to keep your car, because it's just going to make your life easier. If you do have to drive around, I'm going to warn you right now, everything's under construction. Give yourself a lot of time. The detours are not great detours. They're like really small roads. As a matter of fact, one of the main detours goes right between the two parts of the convention center that the overpass crosses. So, you know, that's just how it is. So at the end of the video where I show you where all the places where to go to eat for cheap eats, at the end of that is going to be a listing of parking garages that you can get to, and I'll give you the addresses for them so that you can Google them. There's a lot of them in the area. You might have to walk a little ways from some of them, but trust me, it's worth the money to actually park your car and just leave it there. Alright, let us go on forward with this video. Oh, the cosplay. I love the cosplay. It's one of the main reasons why I go to Otakon. People get really inventive with their cosplay. It's really cool. I've seen so many different kinds of things, from mecha reimaginings, kind of crossing over different genres. I've seen steampunk, I've seen Deadpool, I've seen a whole bunch of other different stuff. It's just so great that the time and effort that people put into their cosplay. And the whole point of cosplay is to be seen, is for people to take pictures of them. So when we do that, we want to keep a few things in mind. First of all, for the cosplayers who want to have their pictures taken, normally I would say watch out for things that you have on your costumes that stick out and hit people. Really, people need to be mindful that what you need to be mindful of is not blocking the path of people trying to get to and from the events that they're going to or from. So instead of standing in the middle of the hallway getting your picture taken, kind of stand off to the side. There's a reason why they tell you to not stand in the middle of the overpass over the street there, because they want people to keep walking through, because there's safety protocols behind that. So just make sure that you're not in the way. And for those of us who are taking the pictures, I personally don't cosplay, but I just love the whole idea of it. I used to work for theaters, so I used to work with costume designers. I love taking pictures of it, and it's really great, and I can't tell you how many pictures I have of my subject being photobombed. Alright, either intentionally or not unintentionally. So people, when you're walking around, kind of be aware of your surroundings, kind of be situational aware, so that you're not just walking into the middle of a picture. And for you photobombers out there, you're not really being funny, you kind of look like douchebags. So try not to be douchey, and just respect the fact that people are having their picture taken, and respect the fact that people want to take pictures of people in cosplay, because that's really the whole point. Now, if you want to be in a picture where you are standing next to a very pretty young thing in a very revealing costume, go ahead, have someone take the picture for you. You don't need to photobomb. Besides, you get a picture for yourself anyway. Alright, again, I can't wait to see it. I'll see you guys cosplaying, and of course I'll be clicking away. Alright, it's that time, guys. We gotta talk about it. Fanboy funk. I talk about it every year, but it still happens. Anyway, I know that we get excited. We want to get to the convention early so that we can get in line to see the things that we want to see early, get down to the dealer's room, buy the stuff that we can't find elsewhere. I know, I get it. You want to get there, so sometimes we sacrifice things. Maybe don't drink that cup of coffee or don't get that bagel or something like that. But the one thing that we should not be sacrificing is our hygiene. We don't want to be funky smelly. We don't want that fanboy funk to be going around. Here, you're sharing a enclosed space with other people, and nobody wants to smell your stink. Okay, I know nobody wants to smell my stink. That's why I wash. That's why I bathe. So, that's nobody wants to smell yours either. So, you should wash, you should bathe. I mean, think about it. When you're in the AMV contest and you're sitting there for a couple hours and you're sitting next to someone who smells, it kind of takes away from what you're trying to do there. So you should be considerate for other people and make sure that you put on your deodorant, that you wash your hair, you wash behind your ears, yada yada yada, just like your mother taught you. And you should just really just go ahead and do it. If for no other reason, then there are women that come to Otakon, and a lot of them, actually all of them, are good looking, and sometimes they wear really interesting cosplay outfits. Wouldn't you like to talk to them? Wouldn't you like to maybe somehow get a date with them? Well, you're not going to if you stink. So, wash yourself. Do not succumb to fanboy funk. Let me say that again. Do not succumb to fanboy funk, okay? For those of you who are genetically challenged, allow me to show you this video.